I'm going to be exposing myself to you today by sharing with you some of my most embarrassing moments, three of which admittedly involved drinking, and one of which won me a prize. So I want you to guess which one won me a prize from a local radio station. That was for dinner for two. Stay tuned. The first one involves a very hot day. My younger sister and I were on our way to Monticello, Indiana, Lake Schaefer Lake, whatever you want to call it, for a little holiday. And she made the arrangements, and we were supposed to be in a cute little cabin on the lake, which turned out to be 10 miles from the lake. It was supposed to have air conditioning and running water. It had cold water and no air conditioning. On this hot, can I specify how hot that day was? On the way there, in my unair-conditioned car, my sister offered me a tube top to wear once we got there because it was so hot. Also on the way there, we passed signs that said, "Look for ice on bridge." And I really wanted to get out and look for it because that was how hot it was. But we got there, and there's a little amusement park there. There was back in the 70s anyway. I think it's much bigger now. And we found two guys, matched up with them, and went on the rides together. This one ride, as it went around, it bounced up and down like that, really fast. And it never stopped. It just kept going and going and going. And finally, I said to the guy sitting next to me, I was on the outside, he was on the inside. I said, "Oh my God, this isn't even fun anymore. What the heck is going on?" So eventually it stopped. And my sister, who was sitting in the car in front of me, turned around, looked at me, and just broke up laughing. Turned back around, broke up laughing. And she just kept doing this repeatedly. And the guy sitting next to me said, "What is wrong with your sister?" I said, "I don't know." Well, finally she told me that my little tube top that I'd never worn before and had no idea could come down, had come down. That was number one. My second embarrassing moment came later in the day. I didn't realize how embarrassing it was until something happened to precipitate it. Because the night before, I worked at a cocktail lounge that I had just started at. And I had learned the initiation for being part of the crew at the cocktail lounge was to have their house drink named Dr. Tom. Dr. Tom was a combination of 151 rum and blackberry brandy. I'd never had a shot before, ever. I had 3. Well, the next morning I was supposed to take my daughter to school. I had only one at the time. I think I was 27. And I was told by my mother later in that day, and she asked me, "Who's Dr. Tom?" And I responded, "Oh my God, how mothers know everything. How did you know about Dr. Tom?" And she said, "Because you said that he was going to take your daughter to school today." Number 3. I was at my daughter and son-in-law's house, and they were having a party. And my son-in-law said that I should try this shot. I had not had a shot since I was 27, and now I'm in my 60s. I said, I don't do well with shots. I don't do well with drinking that much either. It'll make me tired. "Oh no, you have to try it." It was a kind of a hot cinnamon kind of flavor. I don't even know what it's called. Maybe somebody can comment below about it. And I had 3 of them. And later in the day, I found out that everybody was looking for me. They had searched the house, they searched the grounds, they searched the neighborhood. They saw my car there, so they knew I was there. They thought maybe I was walking around or something. And then my daughter found me in this it's like a little dollhouse bed where it's got the mattress on the top and a little playhouse underneath it. And my granddaughter had a bunch of stuffed animals in there. Excuse me. I was sleeping on them. So that was number 3. The third time, I was at another daughter's, I have 3 of them, and son-in-law's house, and I decided that I was going to change the way I drank wine. I thought rather than just, making sure that I kept it at 3, that I could control myself from drinking too much by just saying, just fill it up like this, just that much, okay? Well, I find that doesn't work, because later that night, I was going to bed, I was searching through my suitcase for my pajamas, and went to sleep. In the middle of the night, or maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I looked down and I saw a t-shirt I was wearing that said, "Best Dad Ever." And I said, how did this get on me? Well, in the morning, I talked about it to my son-in-law and daughter, and he said, "You don't remember me handing that to you when you couldn't find your pajamas?" I said, "God, no, I have no memory of that." And he said, "Yeah, I handed you the t-shirt." I said, "Okay." Well, I said, I honestly, I don't even remember how I put it on. And he said, "That's on you. I had nothing to do with that." I just snored. Okay, so that was all 4 of them. Well, the 4 in this video. I know I have lots more. So I want you to guess, which one do you think won me a prize? Answer in the comments below, and I'll comment later, or maybe I'll put it in another video.